You know, guys, it's 1 below 0 outside, and I know a lot of people like to crank check, see if it'll start, but I've put 2 starters in this. And I know these Bosch starters don't like to be cranked when it's cold. So we're going to come over here. I don't know if you can see there or not, but there's a little plug-in right down here. We're going to plug this old girl in. See if that sizzles. Yeah, I can hear it. You probably can't. It's not much of a sizzle, but I can hear it. So anyway, yeah, so that'll warm up for a while. And we'll go down where it's warm, because it's cold in hell in this barn. So me and Carol, we haven't done any videos there for a few days. We've got stuff up in the greenhouse. I think we actually might have to, or up in the house here, we may have to start the greenhouse today. Go down into the shop here where it's warm. That damn knee of mine, I was supposed to get a shot in that today. Some gel shot. We'll see how that gel shot works, because the cortisone don't do anything. So anyway, I had an MRI done on it, and you probably heard there that I may have mentioned it, that it does, I have a torn meniscus, but I got enough arthritis that they said there wasn't any sense to go ahead and operate on it, because there's enough arthritis that it'll just chew it out. So anyway, yeah, me and Carol, we went out, as you know, a few nights ago there. It's actually about, it's today, Tuesday, and it was Saturday we went out for Chinese. Got food poisoning. It was bad, that's all I'm going to say about it. 36 hours with no eating. It was not a fun time. Both of us got it. We both ate the same thing. And so anyway, yeah, we're all 100% now, but so, you know, I had this toilet and we were going to put it in the house. And you know, we had cleaned it and we never noticed that crack right there. But when we put it in the house, it rocks wicked. It needs a wedge under it, and we didn't want to have to figure out wedges, so we went and bought a new toilet. Well, I happened to have it laying on its side to put the wax ring on it, and I noticed that. And it's like, geez and crow. So for 8-9 years, it's been sitting in the barn, taking up space, right my friggin' way, and all the time it was broke. It pissed me right off. But anyway, that's what happens when you're a junk lover. But we got this nice new commode here. We're gonna see here what this one's like. Courtesy of Lowe's, we went down there and they had it on sale for I don't know what I paid, $117 for it. So we'll see what this one. Well, I got the wax ring, that's a good thing. Yeah, the tank gasket. Well, anyway, gonna need 2 hands. Come on. There we go. That's a good sign. I can see that hardware has already been installed. And that's got the flapper and it's got the fill float. Says she's ready to go, so that's going to be a good thing. Some other components. There's the seat. I don't see no broken parts on it, so that's a good sign. Yeah. Made in China. You imagine that. I don't understand it, I'll tell you. Irritates the heck out of me. But anyway. You know, and you can't hardly get away. I mean, look at that big as life right there, made in China. You know, everybody says, buy American, buy American. Go try to find American. You know? And the thing of it is, you know, American manufacturers, you know, they think their stuff is like gold because when they go to sell it, you know, they don't just put a reasonable price on it. I mean, they want to get rich. And anyway, that's a story for another time. So we're going to put the wax ring on the bottom, set that baby down, and then start building. I was getting worried there. I was missing a bunch of hardware, but they had it stuck in here with a seat. So, yeah, plastic bolts, real high-tech stuff. But it'll work. Gravity does 90% of it. So, yeah, first project's putting that wax ring on. That's pretty much where it goes. We'll see if it'll stay. We may actually have to put it in, because this one's a hard ring. We may have to put it in the actual hole. I don't know. Yeah, that's probably not going to stay on there. It might, though. Yeah, I guess it's going to stay right there. Good. We'll see if we can't get that down. Oh, I guess I want to vacuum in here. I did some drilling yesterday. Yeah, all we got to do is make sure those bolts are just about 90 degrees. That looks pretty darn good to me. We will see what happens. Get myself balanced here. That is where she wants to be, right there. I can feel stuff squishing out. Good. Now, all we got to do is throw the bolts to it. So, this is an old set of bolts that I had. And I am going to use the plastic because, you know, around toilets, I believe plastic is much better. Just saying. I'm not a big fan of plastic in most applications, but I'll tell you right now, if you've had to remove toilets and done much of this work, you all know that it can suck. Those must just snap on when you're done. They do. They just... Yeah, so we'll go screw these nuts on. I'm pretty sure I got the right ones. Yeah, those are for the other piece, for the toilet. So, yeah, the other end is held, so all we have to do is screw these on. Just like so. And it don't take a lot of force, you know, as long as your toilet's sitting flat. Which this one doesn't appear to be rocking, so a rocking toilet's an aggravating son of a bitch. Yeah. Now it's just a matter of setting the back on with a big gasket, and we've got the water there if it's long enough. I don't have it all hooked together, so if that's not long enough, I can change that pipe and add a little bit of a longer tail. We'll see what we got here in a minute. One thing about it, they've already got these bolts tight, so that your gasket's all sealed up here, which is kind of nice. Yeah, I think we got to throw that away. I know we do. That's a But anyway, let's go put that baby on and see what she looks like. And we'll set you up here, I guess. Limited spots of where we can put you. Well, now we'll put them nuts and washers back on. That's all I can turn with my hands. Well, yeah, so I had gotten a 20-incher, and I'll say that should screw right on there. Yeah, I'll probably run it out and put a 90 on. It'll hang a little better instead of, I don't know. Or I might just add 4 or 5 inches. It's kind of less strain on stuff. It's just like that. Needs about 8 inches put on it. Yeah, I can do that. Anyway, I'll bring you back here. I got to do a little extending work on this here. Well, so anyway, what I've decided, I put a longer tail on, which I guess I needed it just so I could, because I didn't leave enough so I could cut and then reclamp. But I'm going to put an elbow here, come down on the piece of plywood, and then come right over to here with a valve, and put my valve right there. And that way, you know, it's one of those things, it'll look a little cleaner than having it hanging out here in the middle of the air. So yeah, I'll get that done and we'll see what it looks like. So I went and got Carol to help me hold some stuff on the back side. And you know, like everything, we got down here and got going. I forgot to get the camera on, you know. So she's full of water, that's all it holds. And we unceremoniously did a flush with it. It works all right. It's a little over a gallon flush, I guess. Anyway, she comes back up. I got no leaks. I gotta put some clips on this to hold this up where it belongs, right up here, and make it look a little tidier. And I'll show you the other side over here. It was kind of funny because I didn't think about putting a 2x6 on this friggin' ledge, and the other day I worked like hell trying to get that elbow there to stay put while I was putting that on the other side. And I kept putting one of these covers beside of it, and I'd go hit it with a block of wood and it would knock it off. Christ, I was 5 minutes getting it on. So I went up and got Carol. I said, hey, I'm going to give you a board to pry on that. I got lucky and I said, well, shit, you don't even have to pry it. It'll just lay there. So, yeah, best laid plans. But anyway, we got to put a couple clamps up here just to hold this in a little tidier. And put a few along the bottom, just make it stay put. And I'm pretty happy with this. So far, we haven't had a leak anywhere. So, pretty happy about that. Yeah, that is a nice feeling, I'll tell you. It's been a hard-fought battle getting here. Yeah, if you really want it to flush good, you got to hold it right down manually. Time it because, well, you know, it's made in China. I mean, and they put such a short standpipe over here that you can't cheat it. You could change the standpipe out, I guess. But, you know, anyway, it don't matter. She flushes. So, yeah, that's one of Lowe's, what are we going to call it? Budget toilet installations, I guess. Right now they've got racks of them down there piled up for anywhere from $89 to this one here was 100 and some, 118 time to put on a Lowe's card. And the only reason I got this one is because it was 17 inches tall, I think it was. Because I like the taller seat. But anyway, yeah. We're going to do wood here in a little bit. Yeah, we finally got that toilet paper holder up. It's kind of a mess because I reinforced the back in case I wanted to put a handle or something back there. And of course, as you can see, I ended up having to cut a big place of it out. But that's all right. We got it done. And the only thing I got left doing here is that little bit of trim on the bottom. Nail that stuff up. Anyway, we're going to get doing greenhouse stuff. I got to do wood first, and then the greenhouse. But we are going to start the greenhouse today, so we'll bring you along in a little bit. So I almost forgot to tell you there, the door is halfway in. So they get the door in, they wrapped the springs the right amount of turns, and it picks the door up. So if they back the springs off one turn, then when they put the door up, it comes off the spool, the cables do. And he called them up, called the factory, and, well, I don't know if it was a factory. He called up the engineering crew of the department. I said, this is what I got. Got one pane with door, one panel with windows in it. Told him everything he had. The guy wanted to know about, you know, what springs he had. He said, no, you tell me what springs I need. Because, you know, you tell him you've got a certain spring. They'll say, yeah, that's what you're supposed to have. So he made the guy do all the calculations and everything. The guy says, yeah, you're supposed to have such and such spring with 4-inch pulleys. And he says, okay. And he hung up and he said, well, that's the springs I got. And he said, that's the pulleys I got. But he said, it's not working here. So anyway, he's either got to go to a 5-inch pulley, which will lessen the lift capacity because of the arm difference. It's about a 20% decrease. And it will also take up more cable on the same amount of turns, which will keep it from coming off. So a 5-inch pulley instead of a 4-inch, I think, would cure the problem. But I think he's going to get a spring with more coils in it. So anyway, I don't know what he's going to do, but the guy's real good to us. He always has been. He's going to be back on Wednesday, which today is Tuesday. He said Wednesday or Thursday with another set of springs. So we'll see what happens then. I still haven't taken the plastic off the back side because he kind of likes working in the warmth when he picks it up and down. He says that's kind of nice. So anyway, we're still locked up in here. But as you see, we're making progress. Let's go to the greenhouse. Now guys, as you can see, these plants are all still in the house and they are up everywhere you look. I mean, so tomorrow, we were gonna put these out in the greenhouse today, but we've decided, I got back from getting the shot on my knee and it's already, I don't know, 2 o'clock. 3 o'clock. It's already 3 o'clock. So we've only got basically another 2.5 hours of daylight. And it's not worth running these all out for 2.5 hours of daylight. They'll survive one more night. A lot of plants here. So anyway, tomorrow's going to be the big move day, but we did turn the water on already. And we've got one spot where the water comes through the ground out in that #1 house that's actually got frost in the ground. So we're going to put a little heat on it. I'll show you what we're going to do here in a second. Yeah, so this is where the water comes in. And this ground here is froze hard. You can't dig it. So what we're going to do, we're going to lay that just like that. And we will put this little aluminum foil tent over it. And that will make a surprising amount of heat in there tonight. And it should keep it from freezing, I'm hoping. But we're going to have the wood fire going anyway. So, yeah, we'll just leave it like that. and we'll see what she is in the morning. Hopefully we'll still have water running. If not, we'll go to plan B. You know, guys, we just got back in from doing that water out there. Everything's good out there. The fire's going. Carol's got a nice fire going in here. Nice and toasty. We're gonna call it good. We've done our daily errands, and anyway, tomorrow we will bring the camera along while we're moving stuff and starting up the greenhouse. But tonight I'm just gonna go down to my shop and clean. And that's, you know, brain dead work. You don't need to even see that. So anyway, hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you on the next one. Don't hesitate to hit the like button and subscribe.